Oh, I suppose a number of different things happened over the summer, but to be able to coach a lot of the kids that I've coached over the last decade and see them now becoming into the senior men's team. I think last year we finished off with six wins in a row to push for a playoff spot, and I saw that growth and hopefully be another part of that, seeing a few more of these Tasmanians develop a little bit further.
When you signed up for last season, you talked about the development, and you wanted to develop Tasmanians. That was the only reason. It was one of the big reasons you signed up last year. Is that still going to be the same process?
100%. Yeah, I think this club is all about nurturing as many of these young kids as we can. I think it was exceptional to see Jacob Richards transfer right through. In particular, his last 6 games of NBL, where he averaged about NBL 1, he averaged about 20 points a game, and then got picked up by the Jack Jumpers. He hit the court last week. I mean, that's what we'd like to see, a few more of those, and obviously the gap's pretty big between NBL 1 and NBL, but I'm quietly confident there's a couple of these kids that will kick on in the next 4 or 5 years.
Is that something that gets you passionate to come back when you see that?
Yeah, 100. That's the reason we do it. You'll see a lot of Tasmanians on the floor again this year. I think we were the youngest team in the league last year. We finished equal 6th on the ladder, which we missed out on the head-to-head and percentage. Not to go through the playoffs, and if you talk to most of the NBL 1 teams at the top of the ladder, they said, thank goodness Hobart didn't get through to that final 8 because we were definitely on a roll. So we'll complement these kids with a couple of imports. Ollie Angerstein will be back this year, bigger and better, after his knee injury in the first couple of games last year. So quietly confident. We're not just here to make up numbers, but again, you'll see a lot of Tasmanian young kids on the floor complemented by some really good players around them.
What are your goals?
The goal would be now to make playoffs, second year of the development, get these young kids to take another step, try and give them as much court time as we can while also winning games. So I think with the team we're putting together, we've basically filled our team as of yesterday, and I think for me it's a really good mix of Tasmanian young kids and a couple, as I said, a couple of imports, and they'll be protected by some older Tasmanians as well.
Do you receive any offers to go coach elsewhere?
Oh, I'd never leave Tassie. Tassie's our home. Both my young boys, well, one of my young boys is actually playing in the NBL 1 team. The other one has aspirations to go to college in America and follow that side of things. So for me, Tasmania's home, always has been, outside my NBL career. So hopefully, yeah, a long time to come.
The imports, who are you tracking? You said you keep them full of the imports.
Yeah, they'll be announced shortly. We'll probably announce over the next couple of weeks our full complement of team. Really excited on the team that we're being able to put together. Again, for me, it's really on the track with these young Tasmanians and giving them as much court time as I can. But I'm excited about the imports that we've been able to get over the line.
When this development program, will be making playoffs this year ahead of what you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, to be the youngest team in the league last year, and probably again this year, they exceeded my expectations hugely last year. Finished the season in terrific form, and I think a lot of that was compliment to Jared Bairstow and Sam Mack, really driving that development and educating these young kids. So it's important that we surround them with good people as well. But the next step is playoffs. I mean, we finished equal 6. We should have been in the playoffs if things had gone our way. We're one win off finishing 5th. So I think we did an amazing job. But again, I think the foundation for us, or the bar we're going to set, is playoffs this year.
Are you trying any Jack Jumpers?
Jacob, well, we're hopeful to convince Jacob, but we'll make those announcements shortly. We've got a little bit to work through then, and we're away, and we're having conversations with a couple of other Jack Jumpers to play some games as well.
Also, how do you that second season Blues, the team had as outstanding the first year of this development, and how are you guarding against that complacently? It's just going forward in place.
Oh, I think we do that on the track and the court. These kids, they understand the history of the Hobart Chargers. We've always been successful. I think we've won 2 championships out of the last 3 seasons. So again, when you put on a Hobart Chargers singlet, you understand the expectations and what we expect. So, no, that's been the culture for a number of years now. So nothing's different. Outside we're younger, but we still will compete and we'll be pushing for a playoff spot, and who knows after that.